Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. We're going to take a look at Miami running back Travis Homer. And Homer's, I think he's about 5'11", 195 pounds. He reminds me a little bit, and I don't mean to say this as a one-to-one comparison on a really strong level, but he reminds me a little bit in running style of Broncos running back Philip Lindsay. Both are guys that have good acceleration. They run hard with the size that they have. The footwork patterns and some of the things that they do to manipulate creases and some of their strengths are similar, even though maybe Lindsay has greater strengths to the same degree of type of talents that they share. So let's take a look at some plays. One of the ways that Travis Homer can fit in an NFL offense is using him on the edge. If you can block on the edge or give him opportunities to be able to make decisions to bounce outside, he has good acceleration and the ability to really plant and point that toe and turn the hips outside. He has good hip mobility, which allows him to make these types of bounces. Watch right there. See how he makes that little jab and he's already outside? Watch the hip turn and the toe point right there. And that gets him outside. And then the other thing that he does really well is that he's a good finisher for his size. And that doesn't mean he gets a lot of yards after contact, but he knows how to maximize what he gets at the end. He lowers those pads really well, gets a strong angle on the defensive back, and that allows him to move forward for a couple extra. He doesn't get the first down here, but you just see a little bit of a hint of what he can do as a finisher. He leans into it. He's the one initiating that contact. He gets that non-ball carrying arm up and flexed at the elbow so that he can kind of deliver that forearm and shed the defender with contact. This is another example of a play that doesn't look all that productive, but he turns it into something decent here because as he works towards that double team up the middle, he sees that there's penetration coming from the left side. He starts to slide across, and you see him slide across a second time to avoid the penetration here off the right edge, and watch him cut back inside right here and be able to get under defenders for a few yards. He turns this in, he transforms this from basically a 3-yard loss into a 2 to 3 yard gain. You can see that as he slides to his right, he's keeping his pads square all the way through. See how the pads are still square north-south? That's really nice. Makes that slight little turn when he has to avoid number 58, but then again, able to make that cut, get downhill, get under 2 defenders, squirt past and extend for a couple of yards. And he's the kind of back that when he can get downhill immediately through a crease, he's going to threaten a secondary. You can see here that he presses it to the outside, cuts it back up the middle, has a nice big crease, outruns that linebacker. He's off to races for another 50 yards before the cornerback from the opposite side of the field runs him down. You can see about right here as he avoids that wrap, that cornerback is about even with him at the 35. You're going to see him make up a lot of ground very fast to run Homer out at the 15. But you can see that happens pretty much at a 50-yard point down the field, say about right here, 45, 50 yards. This defender has to cover and make up ground. And he makes up a lot of it, you can see. So Homer doesn't have exactly, elite game-breaking speed. But he's definitely fast enough to maintain his distance on most players on the field outside of maybe the fastest corner or a really fast safety. And it's that initial acceleration that you're looking for in the cutback ability. The ability to press to the left, cut back to the right, find that crease. Well done. And you just see this consistently. He likes to finish. Watch him catch this ball and load up this forearm. See how the forearm drops down near his butt and he starts to bring that up in like a bolo punch into the defensive back right there. Lift that defender up and get another push for about a yard before he lowering his pads into 22. I mean, he bleeds, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 yards after contact on this play. And it's because he takes the aggressive track with delivering the first blow on number 11 and fighting through it and then pushing under 22. He's not Marshall Faulk as a receiver, but he can catch the ball with his hands, and he tends to use the correct technique based on where the ball's targeting his body. He's got a good little sidestep move, as we've seen. And then watch him here be able to take that indirect contact. And again, it's that hip mobility, that flexibility. He's able to displace his weight a little bit, lift that back foot up pretty high and kick it up. We've seen Nick Chubb do that. We've seen a number of backs be able to kind of use that mobility and flexibility to their advantage so that then they can maintain their balance. Watch the balance touch right there and bleed out another 7 to 8 yards on the play. So he's not a powerful back, but he's a back with pretty good balance and who runs hard and wants to deliver punch. So when you combine these things for what may work well for him in the NFL, he can be a good pistol runner or shotgun runner because he can move laterally very well. He can get downhill with minimal footwork to be able to cut east-west and north-south. And he can find those cutback lanes inside, has enough burst here to exploit that, and he runs through reaches very well from all levels of the defense. And then when it's time to engage in contact, he's going to be the first to do so. You can see on 53, he extends that stiff arm to the chest and spins off of the defender and then bleeds another, let's see, 15, 20, 25, 30, almost 35 yards, nearly to score on this play. You can see that the cutback downhill, the footwork, the stiff arm. He doesn't have a hard stiff arm, but he's someone that will use it to ward off. And you can see also, just again, the decent pace that he runs at here. So you're looking at a player who can be helpful in space, someone that can work outside in as a runner, and that he can do it from a passing down look or a spread look. So this is a guy that can have value for you as that change of pace back, who can do a lot of little things for you. I think there's potential for him as a blocker. There's definitely potential for him as a receiver. And you can see he runs hard, runs tough, and he runs with good acceleration, and he finishes strong. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.